Palma. Oh,
Oh, man.
that's unfair. And Palma, 7 points in the game. Janelle Fuentes.
Oh, wow.
Delgado makes the shot and knocks it down. Malonia is open. 3-pointer. Oh, my goodness!
Face a jumper by Robin Celis.
Caballero has time.
Now it's Martin Rosso. Turnaround jumper. Oh my goodness.
The stage is set for our main attraction tonight. We are here at the Brenzy Yao Convention Center at the Christmas capital of the Philippines in San Fernando, Pampanga. And an early Christmas present para sa mga Cebuanos because nandito na ang rest back ng mga bisdak. June Manzo and Paul Desiderio have reunited here in the pro level para dito sa Cebu. And hindi lang sila ang makakasama nila dyan. JR Quinianan is back in a Cebu uniform and they will look to salvage their season going up against the newest acquisition of the Pampanga Giant Lanterns, Allen Mina, the second leading scorer of the Ilagan Isabela Cowboys. He will look to add a scoring punch para dito sa two-time defending champion Pampanga Giant Lanterns. They will host the rejuvenated Cebu Classic. Magandang gabi po mga kaliga, Ken Pangilinan alongside Coach Mike Perez. And Coach Mike, fourth consecutive time Pampanga defending their home turf, but a worthy adversary awaits in Cebu.
Yeah, I feel this is going to be a very special game. Well, one, of course, Pampanga wants to continue with that, defending their home floor. But then again, you're going up against a revitalized Cebu team, which I feel it got a lot of pride in them, especially as they go up against the defending champs. This is going to be a good one.
You're watching us live on the official Facebook page and YouTube channel, and also on Solar Sports every Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays starting at 6 p.m. And we now bring in our third member of our panel. Walang iba kundi si Miss Lyra Punsalan. Mayap Abengi, Lyra. It's been fun here in San Fernando, and you have a report regarding those two players I've mentioned, si June at si Paul.
Maraming salamat, Ken. You know that I'm a proud Kapampangan at nandito nga tayo ulit sa Pampanga. But I think tonight, it's time to put a spotlight dito sa dalawang teammates since high school. Magkakampi sa University of Visayas at muling nagkasama sa UP. Ibang klase ang reunion ngayon ni June Manzo at Paul Desiderio. At mas espesyal daw ang pagbabalik tambalan nila ngayon as they suit up again for the Cebu Classic dahil gusto na talagang nilang magpahinga. But this is not just about basketball anymore. It's about bringing back again that much-needed hometown pride for Cebu. At sabi nila with their chemistry, they hope to be that spark to turn things around. Mukhang ito na nga ang pagbabalik tambalan na kailangan ng kanilang koponan. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Lyra. And Coach Mike, it comes at a crucial time para dito sa Cebu. Naghahabol sila in the team standings, currently 4-12. At ngayon pag-usapan natin yung last game nila. They were still short-handed in this one. Talking about Cebu going up against the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. Although, despite having only 7 players in that particular game, they were able to make a game out of it rather in the first half. They were only trailing by 2 after the first 2 quarters, but just too much firepower para dito sa Nueva Ecija.
Yeah, and the good thing that you take out of it is you kept in step against the undefeated Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards for 2 quarters, but really just so much firepower on the side of the Rice Vanguards. They shot the ball really well at 42%, let alone the 3-point mix. That's 9 of 22 for 40%. But again, in turnovers, 32 turnovers you commit, you're not winning a game like that. And that's a minus 40 points of turnovers they gave up to Nueva Ecija. And so because of that, they were also minus 21 when it comes to fast break points. The challenge really was to go back, defend against transition. But if you're playing only with 7 players on the floor, it's tough against a really good Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards team.
But they've got reinforcements coming in, and they will go up against a formidable foe in the 2-time defending champs, the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. This is their 4th straight game defending their home turf. So far, they are 2-1. Pero marami din silang mga nadagdag dito sa kanilang lineup, Coach Mike. And one of them, John Fa, played in this game against, this was against Binyan. And itong laban nito, Coach Mike, it was nip and tuck. Although Pampanga was pretty much in control in this one, but they had that 16-point lead early in the 4th. Humabol yung Binyan and Pampanga was able to hold on to this victory.
Well, one thing that this game showed was that a lot of the Pampanga Giant Lanterns fans were actually salivating at the potential of a John Fa. He really showed good potential in that game. Not really scored that much, but the help on rebounds and assists, pretty good, valuable contributions for John Fa. They shot the ball pretty okay at 37%, but the 3 points was really the struggle, where they were only shooting 19%. And the 19 assists that they had, that's a +5 versus that of Binyan. But the bench points, 29 versus 11, that's a +18. Alcoriza had 10, Lalata had 4, Faundo had 4, accounting for 18 of the 29 bench points altogether in that win by the Giant Lanterns over Binyan.
All right, that should be a good one. Cebu contra Pampanga in our main game. Let's go to Miguel Pere as he introduces the starting lineups.
Here are the starters, beginning with Cebu Greats. Starting at guard number 3, June Manzo. Forward number 42, Lian Martel. Also at forward number 13, Mark Meneses. Coming in at center number 19, Ken Hopkevist. And at 2 guard number 55, John Hamon. The head coach for Cebu Greats is Junti Valenzuela, assisted by Ron J. Enrile. Team manager is John Santos. And now, mga kaliga, get on your feet, because it's time to meet the starting unit for MPBL back-to-back and the reigning and defending champions, Pampanga Giant Lanterns, AMG 3 Construction. Starting at forward, number 77, Renz Palma. Power forward, number 21, GP Faundo. 2 guard, number 15, Renz Alcoriza. 1 guard, number 30, your very own from Apalit and San Fernando, Raymond Binuya. Playing center, number 1, from Santa Ana, Larry Muyang. The Giant Lanterns is led by Pedic Dimatulak. Coaching consultants Alan Trinidad, Mervin Mercado, and Georgie Jovicic. Team manager and team owner is Aurelio A.G. Gonzalez III. Assistant team manager is Ronald Dulud.
Starting 5 brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory, feel more game with 1xBet. For the new look Cebu Greats, June Manzo, John Hamon, Ken Homves, Mark Meneses, and Lian Martel will start things off for the Cebuanos. For Pampanga, Raymond Binuya, Renz Alcoriza, Larry Muyang, GP Faundo, and Renz Palma. Referees for this ball game, Jay Castroverde, Maynard Centeno, Ron Baluyo. At fourth man is Efren Haganan.
Mark Meneses being, pretty much one of the most starts so far for Cebu. He's starting on his 11th game out of the 14 games that he's played. And samantalang ito naman si Larry Muyang is out for his 10th start in 14 games.
Pampanga wins the tip. They get first crack at it. Binuya falls down. Muyang, shot not working para dito sa Pampanga. Rebound controlled by Ken Homves.
Well, this is going to be very interesting. I mean, we looked at the previous stats of Cebu, and you and I both agreed. You can throw out all those previous stats, because this is a different Cebu team that we're seeing right now. And I'm sure a lot of the fans of Cebu taking a lot of pride in bringing in this team this mid-season.
Great stand on defense by Cebu, foiling that attempt by Raymond Binuya. Jun Manzo, signature shot, gets it to trickle in for the first basket of the Cebu Classic.
How poetic is that? You had the signature move of Jun Manzo, who really just established himself here, transferring to Cebu and hoping to lead this team to a better finish this season.
Palma can't hit the free. Mark Meneses, the rebound. Manzo, acquired from Mindoro. Against Raymond Binuya. Manzo, pass to Homves. Fires a three. No good. Muyang, the rebound.
Hovis taking that three, probably to draw out GP Faundo outside.
Muyang in trouble, kicked out to Faundo. And the defensive prowess of Cebu showing again here. John Hamon leans in, bank shot won't work. And a rebound by Renz Alcoriza.
I think a lot of, that has to do with the size as well. You see Hovis in there in the paint. Pretty much big, rim protection for Cebu.
Also very important to note for Pampanga, no Archie Concepcion today. Their second leading scorer. And as a result, nothing really happening on their offensive sequences so far.
Everything that they've looked for have really been inside the paint, and because that paint is pretty much clogged, you have Mark Meneses, who pretty much we all know, one of the good shot blockers from the Heat Waves the previous season, and his length alongside that size. Oh, what a pass and a drive.
June Manzo lays it up and in. It's a 4-0 start for the Cebu Classic.
So it's the transferee who scored the first 2 buckets for Cebu so far.
Sorry, they're now called the Cebu Greats. Just to be clear on that. It's tabbed on their jerseys. Those new look Freds.
They look
looking
good.
really good, yeah.
They look good.
Manzo pulls up, clanks off the rim.
Well, even when you look at the bench of Cebu right now, that's a deep roster you got there on that side of the floor.
Inside they go, GP Faundo scores, plus a foul. First basket para dito sa Pampanga.
A good move by GP Faundo, drawing that middle post action against Kelhon Hongvist. And a little jab going middle, finishing it going the baseline side. And once you get off that baseline, you get advantage, you pretty much got a good scoring opportunity.
Dolan Adlawan coming in. Meanwhile, let's go to Lyra.
Coach Pedic of Pampanga was candid in pointing out the current struggles of the Giant Lanterns. Hindi naman sila bawal tumira pero may hesitation talaga, he shared, referring to the team's tentativeness on offense. That hesitation, he said, has been costing them momentum in games, something that often leads to stern reminders from the coaching staff. He admitted this version of Pampanga feels unfamiliar, especially compared to their old championship caliber squad that did not even need to require new players during window time. Now with several new faces in the mix, he describes them as being in a gelling phase all over again. The goal? To find that missing puzzle piece and rebuild the same rhythm and trust they once had. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Lyra. No hesitation there that time from Raymond Binuya. Came into this ball game averaging 53.8% from beyond the arc.
And he's their third leader when it comes to assist, and pretty much important for Binuya to be able to knock down those shots and contribute. But how about John Hamon? You can't take away the fact that he's one of the really good three-point shooters para dito sa Greats.
Lars Muyang laban kay Dolan Adlawan. Muyang backing him down. The drop step and the layup from Kuya Lars.
That's one of the toughest post-ups to defend this season. Larry Muyang on a face-up is not getting that shot, backing you down. Pretty much you need help to defend against Larry Muyang. They've come back from games through post-ups of Larry Muyang, and they've won games through that as well.
Play of the game is brought to you by OneXBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with OneXBet.
He's pretty much aware where he wants to draw that defender, try to bring him down the middle. Once that defense got to that certain spot down middle of the lane, he just spins baseline, and with that drop step, it's all done with for Larry Muyang.
Tabla tayo, 7 apiece. Allen Mina now in for Pampanga. Muyang on the other side. This time, Lian Martel trying to contain him. JLC floats it up and in. Pampanga with the lead, 9-7.
Good sign for Pampanga. You're getting points from Raymond Binuya early. You're getting JLC quickly involved. And you're not being too dependent on Larry Muyang. Especially wala si Archie Concepcion.
Desiderio kakapasok lang. Pumukol ng tres. Wala yan. So now Desiderio and Manzo together on the floor for Cebu. Allen Mina stumbles and he traveled.
Tried to put on the brakes as he tried with that left-hand dribble. Trying to do an in and out against the defense of Liam Martel.
3-point shot brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances. We have an early timeout by Coach Junti Valenzuela as his team trails by 2 with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the first quarter. Back with us here at the Brenzy Giao Convention Center as we have a special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. Coach Mike, the word pride has been mentioned a lot of times with Cebu in the conversation with the turmoil they experienced before Coach Junti eventually took over. And yun yung tema ngayon para sa kanila, restoring the perceived lost pride that they had because of those string of losses. And they're going up against also a prideful team in Pampanga. These two provinces in Cebu and Pampanga pretty much hotbed in terms of basketball, and they always bring a lot of pride, a lot of grit whenever they play, whether it's at home or away. Alam mong ano yung aasahan mo from a player of mostly homegrowns for each squad.
Oh, pretty much, and especially if you have both these teams, and I do agree with you, hotbed when it comes to basketball. I mean, who doesn't want to have a basketball player coming out of Pampanga and Cebu? And when you talk about a lot of pride, I'm sure there's a lot of deep, profound commitment from all these players, the managements included, to be better in performing, especially now. If you're the Pampanga Giant Lanterns, you want to prove to these new guys that came in that we are a force to contend with. And on the side of Cebu, of course, you want to show that brand of basketball that Cebu's been known for. And so that pride is really, gotta be in there. And I think Coach Junti, with some of the articles that I've seen and I've read, has really been pretty straightforward. We are going to battle it out against anyone that we go up against, and we're going to give our best as Cebuanos to play the game that we love so much.
Naiwanan ni JLC si Braille Meca, setting up Jemo Egilos inside Pampanga with a 4-point lead, 11-7. Kinyan is now in the game for Cebu. Desiderio laban kay Allen Mina. Binigay kay Braille Meca. Up top, JR Kinyahan gives it up to Desiderio. 8 on their shot clock. Paul fires a free, way off the mark. Andre Armenion, also a Cebuano, pulls up and got fouled. Free throws coming up for Andre Armenion.
So definitely magkakaroon pa ng adjustments yan dito.
Assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
That was a good read though on that drop-off for Jemo Egilos. I was gonna say, ang dami pa ring adjustments na mangyayari dito para dito sa Cebu Braves. You have all these talents all together at the same time. This is the very first time they're gonna see live action in the MPBL, or these new guys and all these other guys that have been retained. But there is still going to be some calibration and some adjustments, some learning curves, but I'm pretty sure these guys are going to learn real quick as the game that they place dumadami.
Kinyan looks like he's in great shape.
Oh, yes.
Baseline drive, but Mandiguez got caught stepping out of bounds.
And you also like that Kinyahan is playing with a lot of patience. And Coach Junti pretty much is a heck of a basketball player back in the days, and he knows his basketball. And if you're coaching for your hometown, there's got to be a lot of pride involved.
Pampanga though has been surgical. 10-0 run to bring the lead up to 8 points, 15-7.
They pretty much have the same amount of free throw attempts. It's just better shot making para dito sa Pampanga Giant Lanterns. all because of, having 3 more assists against the Cebu Greats. Oh, that's a walk, right?
Turnover against Pampanga. How about the sets Cebu is running right now? Ano yung glaring na nakikita mo so far, Coach Mike?
Well, I've seen a couple of point series where you have a big man up top and the other 2 guys really going on pin downs and flares. Right now, it's a side ball screen that we're seeing, and really much parang more of a delay offense where you're letting your big man, which happens to be JR Cunyahan, to be a decision maker as well. Not to say that you don't have really good decision makers in the other guards, but it's really just an additional talent that you have in there on the floor for the Cebu Greats.
Alam naman natin, si Coach Junti Valenzuela played a long time under Coach Yeng Yao, who's also a Kapampangan,
Oh, yes.
coincidentally.
Oh, yes. Daming mga names that you get to mention coming out of these 2 really good provinces.
Fast break of the game is brought to you by Extreme X Pop Personal Karaoke Speaker. Everyday karaoke.
J.Mo Egulos really just being unselfish, getting outnumbered there in transition. Right now in that department, it's a 7-2, 5-point advantage for Pampanga. And so if you're the Cebu Greats, you gotta get back defensively.
Mintes yung unang free throw ni Dolan Adlawan. Split at the line. Stops that 12-0 run by Pampanga. 17-8 is the score.
That so far has been the biggest run in this game. 12-point run.
Eguilos sa loob. Offensive rebound. Put back plus a foul para kay J.Mo.
That's where the athleticism and the size really comes in, especially if you don't have a Holmquist. And I think they're bringing him back in right now. And J.Mo pretty much, getting his way underneath.
Those are the numbers of J.Mo Eguilos. As Pampanga now establishing a 12-point lead. 58 seconds to go. Desiderio has yet to get it going.
Good cut.
That's the specialty of the house right there for Brian Mecca.
There you go. Just staying active. Once that ball gets released from the top, that weak side 45's got to cut down on the paint and see if he's got a shot.
Eguilos sa poste laban kay Kinyahan. Desiderio the rebound. Tatakbo dito ang Cebu. Manliguez in transition. Inside he goes. Mecca the cut. Desiderio glides in and scores his first basket. Quickly on the other end, JLC, no foul called. Cebu making their move late in the first quarter.
Final shot of the quarter here.
At the post, Desiderio laban kay Allen Mina. 9 on their shot on the game clock. Paul got held up by Andre Armenion.
Sayang yun, they already had him trapped. And he really had nowhere to go.
Magkaibigan yung dalawang yan, si Andre, saka si Paul.
Oo.
Parang Cebuano yan. 7.3 seconds remaining. Baseline inbound for the guys in white. Kinyahan facing up. Jumper, no good. 2 seconds remaining. Armenion behind the half-court line. And the first quarter in the books. Cebu with a solid start. They had a 2-point lead, but Pampanga with 12 unanswered points before that great fight back late in the quarter para dito sa Cebu.
And Jun Manso started out with a couple of buckets to start things off for Cebu, but again, guys like Raymond Benuya, Larry Muyang, and the other Pampanga Giant Lanterns making sure that they try and run the pace of this game. They lead in the rebounds, they lead in points in the paint, and they got a lot of help from the bench. That's a +8 in that department, so pretty good so far. Cebu down 8. Pretty interesting match so far.
Rivogsang, nasa loob na rin para dito sa Cebu Greats. Coach Mike, your thoughts on what transpired in quarter number 1?
Well, I thought it really was more of a getting to know you between these two teams, as well as understanding schemes para sa Cebu Greats. There were certain snippets of maganda yung tinatakbo ng Cebu. They do get their shots, but they're really not just making them. And so far what we've seen is that the size of Holmqvist pretty much delayed some of the executions para dito sa Pampanga Giant Lanterns. The moment that he went out, I felt that's when they started, getting more in the paint, getting more involved. And I don't think we've seen that quick of basketball action yet from the Cebu Greats. I like to think that Daryl Manligas is going to push the pace a lot when needed. And so they're down 8, but you're in a good spot. This is only the second quarter, and you've got enough talent to come back in this game.
Carl Meca with June Manso, Paul Desiderio, Ken Holmqvist, and Rivogsang. Manzo laban kay John Fa. 4 on their shot clock. Manzo, Desiderio for free. It's good! Desiderio brings the lead back down to 5. And that combination working wonders again. Manzo and Desiderio. Allen Mina buries a free to answer right back for Pampanga.
Clutch. Those two guys. I mean, clock winding down. Desiderio buries it, and Allen Mina replies quickly.
Manzo, teardrop. This time can't get it to fall. Meca desperately tried to battle inside the paint. Bola babalik sa panig ng Pampanga.
You see this. Try to avoid that getting screened, but they left Paul Desiderio that left side of the floor enough to beat that buzzer with that 3. But he goes to his bag, goes to his footwork. Allen Mina with that step back 3 against the defense of Paul Desiderio.
John Fa, his fellow new recruit in Pampanga. Allen Mina escapes, flips it up, and he got fouled. 2 free throws coming up for Allen Mina.
I feel with Allen Mina transferring here in the Pampanga Giant Lanterns, considering there's a lot of heft, a lot of size, a lot of bigs too for the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. This allows him to freely focus on scoring. Because I like to think he's more of a scoring wingman as much as he defends. Ngayon, hindi na siya nag-aalala na kailangan pa siyang rebound and whatever because some other guys gonna do that for him.
Ang naging kapalitan niya is a fellow Isabela native in Donald Gumaro.
That's right.
LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL.
And that to me is also a very interesting proposition for Ilagan because three-point shooting is pretty much a part of the game that they really want to shore up. And Don Gomaro, with his good touch from outside and the long twos, it's going to help out for Ilagan Cowboys.
Saka meron na rin silang AJ Miranda.
Correct, isa pa yun. It's interesting that they're going to see action this Saturday. And really, the window just brings a lot of curiosity and interest on the teams.
Manzo for free, rattles it home. June Manzo with 5 early points.
One thing's for sure, that couple of Desiderio and Manzo doing real good right now.
Actually, 7 points na para dito kay June. 25-18, John Fa. Ball stolen away by Brian Meca. Tatakbo dito ang Cebu. Meca in transition, high off the glass and in.
And John Fa continues to be trusted by the Giant Lanterns to be leading the break, to be setting up that table against these veteran guards. Oh, what a move.
Up and under, galing kay GP Faundo.
Staying in control, no? Almost lost it, but still able to grip that ball and knock it in.
27-20. Meca against Renz Algoriza. 2 former teammates in Arellano. Kick out pass to Lian Martel. Makes that 3-pointer.
Yeah, good side ball screen action of what's called a shake action when you've got that corner filled on that wing ball screen. And once you get to the middle, you try and see what's happening on the weak side, which happens to be a free 3 for Lian Martel.
1 and done by Pampanga. Cebu down by just 4. Manzo laban kay Allen Mina, asking for a clear out. Manzo off the bounce. Got it up. And a foul called on Allen Mina.
Talino rin talaga ni June Manso. Leon Martel wanted to come over to do a ball screen, but since he was bringing along Larry Muyang, he says, no, I'll reject that. Go to the corner. I'm going to figure this out.
6:36 left. We have a timeout by Pampanga, up by 4, 27-23.
Yung pressure, di naman nawawala yan eh. So, laging nandyan. Pero kung paano mo siya i-overtake. So, sa team kasi galing sa defending champion sila. So, sa part ko naman, gagawin ko lang yung best ko. Kung ano yung nilalaro ko sa former team ko, yun yung gagawin ko. Dodoblin.
And he was the second leading scorer para sa Ilagan Isabela Cowboys, Allen Mina. And for more, let's go to Lyra.
Allen Mina officially makes his debut for Pampanga after a sudden trade from Ilagan Cowboys, and while the move caught him off guard, he's taking it all in stride. Nagulat ako sa biglaang trade, pero ko lang, part ng journey yan, he shared. Wala rin daw culture shock for him, especially with the warm welcome he received from his new teammates. Mababait lahat at karamihan nakasama ko na rin sa college like Larry Muyang. So parang balik barkada lang. As he steps into this new chapter, Allen is focused on adjusting quickly and contributing right away to the Giant Lanterns' already stacked roster. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Lyra. And in addition to that report, nabanggit din ng girlfriend ni Allen, walang iba kundi si Maris Victorio, nakausap ko siya, na he gained that rare brotherhood nung nasa Ilagan siya, no? Kasi sila yung very first players ng Isabela eh. So that really means something for him, being part of that group under Coach Louie Gonzalez. And kumbaga iba daw talaga yung naging bonding nila, kaya forever daw maaalala niya yung mga naging sama nila doon. But he's quick to move on because he knows the task at hand is to bring back the championship dito sa Pampanga.
And it's always very special if you're one of the early pieces that's picked up, especially by Coach Lou and his team. The coaching staff just knows their basketball and the talent that they need in Allen Mina. Maybe some things they wanted to shore up in terms of their stats and had to move on to shooting guard in Don Gumaro. But definitely it's a win-win situation for both Ilagan and the Giant Lanterns. This is John Hamon. Oh my.
How about that? Absorbing contact, makes the shot anyway despite being off balance.
And I just love John Hamon continuing to be aggressive, trying to score. I like how he played in Manila. And right now, seeing him here, it's been quite a while since the last time I think I covered a Cebu game. But I have this firm belief that this guy is going to be one of the really good scorers here, especially with the new talent that they have for the Greens.
15 points, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks, also had 3 triples laban sa Nueva Ecija. Despite being short-handed, valiant effort by Cebu in that game. Right now, just down by a point. Entry pass intended to Lars Muyang. May foul na tinawag laban dito sa Cebu.
See that fast break right here.
Fast break the game brought to you by Extreme X Play. On the go speaker. Take your music anywhere.
Real Mecca trying to finish it off. Renz Alcoriza tried to give him a chase, but he came in late. But good effort though for Renz. You're not getting anything easy off transition against the Giant Lanterns. You are always going to be challenged.
Alcoriza laban kay Mecca. Dalawang magkakampi sa Arellano. Sa ilalim, Lars Muyang. Binuya got stripped. Forward pass. Brian Mecca is ahead. Lays it up and in over Renz Alcoriza.
And I tell you, Real Mecca, June Manso, John Hamon, sama pa si Daryl Manliguez, those guys are pretty much capable to try and run the break. Now, you couple them with a couple of really active big men in, well, maybe mid-size for a big man, Leon Martel and, of course, Ribov Sang. You've got a really good mobile 5 right now if you're Cebu.
Cebu is currently outscoring Pampanga 16-7 here in the second period. In fact, they are in the midst of a 20-7 run. Itong Cebu. Oh, that's an offensive foul.
Yeah, I think so.
Martel.
Yeah, Binuya's holding on to his left shoulder.
Offensive foul on number 42, Lian Martel is second.
That's a hard screen set up by Lian Martel.
Actually, Lian was standing vertical, but you know he tried to bend and get in the way of Binuya. See that here? See back screen, and that's where he went. Oh yeah, that shoulder got hit real bad. And you don't want to add another guard to injury. Of course, Archie Concepcion is not available today. In the previous game, he scored only, what, 5 points against Binyan. Played very limited minutes. He wasn't feeling really good, but he tried to finish the game for the Giant Lanterns.
Meron na rin silang issue in terms of depth in that point guard spot. So, an injury to Raymond Binuya will make it even harder for Coach Pedic.
Well, I'd like to think that Andre Arminion is going to be a pretty good rotation and a lead in terms of the point guard para dito sa Pampanga Giant Lanterns. But really just Raymond Binuya being one of the veterans for this team, you hate to see somebody have a shoulder injury because that's one of the more painful injury. Right now, I have that right now on my right shoulder, and you know there's a certain level of mobility that you're limited in doing. So hopefully he's gonna be okay, Raymond.
He's playing his best season of
yes.
yet dito sa MPBL. Raymond Binuya. Armenion will check in for him. They trail by 1, 28-27. Andre flips it up and in. Picture perfect from Andre Armenion.
Just the calm release amidst all those defenders inside the paint. That's what you love about Andre Armenion.
Hamon. That pass broken up by Chris Lalata. Susugod dito ang Pampanga. Lalata lays it up and in. Plus a foul.
Well, first off, you like that the Pampanga Giant Lanterns are running that break.
Play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Second of all, if you're the Cebu Greats, you love that all the 4 guys are actually running down to defend against transition. It's just that you have Chris Lalata who can actually finish the break. And has got pretty good handles for a big man out there.
Kino-contest nila, no? Si Brian Meca yata ay tinawagan ng foul doon. And Meca committing his second foul. Martel cuts, lays it up and in, plus a foul as well.
It takes good reads and really good decision makers in a game. Right here, you saw that backdoor, and immediately on that recovery by Andre Arminion, Martel dives, Manso finds him for that strong finish. Good read, good decision, strong body, finish, 2 points.
Martel. Oh. Airballs the free throw. 31-30. Pampanga with a 1-point lead. Teka lang. Yep. So bola babalik sa Pampanga. Approaching the 4-minute mark of the second period.
Ganda rin ang response ng Cebu, ano? It will be their own run.
Sa poste, Lars Buyang. Laban kay Reeve Sang. And Reeve able to stand his ground. Manzo. You could just feel a different pep to his step. Now playing for Cebu. Ito si June Manzo. Hamon for free. Rolls out. Armenion. The pass. Lalata! Hard foul given up by Janamon.
That's what you get with Chris Lalata running the break. There are very few big men who can actually do what he does. To catch that ball on the move and still be able to, you know, gracefully finish through contact. Look at that. He eluded that defense, went off to finish with the left hand. Jan Hamon had to come in from that right side of the floor to try and stop Chris Lalata because he knows, you know, pretty much that's a makeable basket para dito kay Chris Lalata.
This has been a fiercely fought but well-spirited game so far, Coach Mike. Allen Mina back in for Pampanga. This free throw at sa atin na Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas.
And Chris Lalata has been playing remarkable basketball in the last 6 games of the Giant Lanterns. His field goal percentage, 68%. In the first 8 games, he was only shooting about 38%. And you see the improvements as the game goes along, as the games become tougher. And the games have more meaning, especially to your standings and where you are in the division. He just keeps on rising up. Kasi Chris Lalata.
Manzo laban kay Armenyon. Manzo, oh, great cut. Ugsang, but ball poked loose. It will stay with Cebu with 7 on their shot clock.
Ganda ng kombinasyon ng Mark Meneses tsaka Reebok Sam sa ilalim. Got length, got mobility. And got defense too.
3 on their shot clock. Manzo puts it up. Almost got it in. Meneses. Not enough juice for that putback.
Airball that shot. Empty ball screen.
Armenyon gets to his spot. That one pops out. Tatakbo ang mga nakaputi. June Manzo.
Yeah, they got numbers.
Martel takes that shot and makes it.
Yeah, he got numbers, but June Manso finding the right man and the right place who would take that shot. And that happens to be Liam Martel. He's been so good from the perimeter.
Martel with 7 points. Ooh! Renz Palma almost with a gorgeous finish. Manzo. Kick out pass to Ugsang. Back to June. Trying to blow past Armenyon. It ends up with Braille Meca. It will stay with Cebu with 8 on their shot clock. We have a timeout by Coach Junti Valenzuela. 2 minutes and 6 seconds left. Cebu just down by 1 against Pampanga, 33-32. We'll be back after the short break. Special deal from OneXBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. Meanwhile, let's go to Lyra Punsalan.
Injury update for Pampanga's Raymond Binuya. He took a hard hit on his left shoulder at kita talaga ang kirot sa mukha niya right after the contact. According to the team's medic, there's no sign of fracture as he's still able to move the arm, but he remains under close assessment, so he won't be able to go back into the next few minutes. Currently, naka-ice na ang injured area to reduce swelling and pain. Pampanga is hoping for the best, and updates will follow depending on how he responds to initial treatment. Back to you guys.
Alright, maraming salamat, Lyra. Questionable to return at the moment. Ito siya, Raymond Binuya sa larong ito ng Pampanga laban sa Cebu.
But in a way, it's good news for the Giant Lanterns. Hopefully it's not as bad as what we thought it would be. And you really value the contribution of Raymond Binuya here for the Giant Lanterns.
Desiderio comes in, steps back, top shot, too strong. Lalata the rebound for Pampanga. Armenyon will set the table for the Giant Lanterns. Andre. Egilos. Balik kay Armenyon. Thought about it. Puts it on the deck. Armenyon. Flip shot, no. At bola ay pupunta sa Cebu.
Bang klase yung binibigay na halaga ni Rivong Isang defensively. That drop coverage, he's able to switch, hedge, and then come back.
Rodriguez too strong. Was right there at the cup. Allen Mina. 1 minute and 22 left in the second period. Quick swing pass. Chris Lalata. short on the jumper. Tatakbo na naman ng Cebu. Desiderio. Bounce pass to Meneses. Back to Paul. Bugsang, no hesitation. That's his shot. Bugsang.
Oh, you betcha. That's his shot. And for the most part, they've been thinking that Bugsang is really good for putbacks, tip-ins, but the guy's got range. And I've seen it in some of his videos, some of his Panalay games. He can take threes, make medium-range jumpers, and I'm just happy that he's getting that opportunity here in Cebu.
Manligues. Skip pass to Paul Desiderio. Laban kay Allen Mina. Desiderio gets to the cup and will head to the line for 2 shots.
Good clock management by Cebu. Working towards 2-for-1 situation. Attacking the lanes just in an amount of time that will leave them enough to have the last shot of the quarter before going to the break.
From Liloan, Cebu, Paul Desiderio was teammates with June Manso, Ron Denison, and Santi Santillan when they played for University of Visayas. And they went up against the likes of Ateneo de Cebu's Don Ochea, Janjan Haboneta nung nasa Sasafi pa sila, Coach Mike.
Grabe yung mga pangalan nomination.
Oh, di ba?
Iba talaga eh, no? Well, there's so much pride in Cebu when it comes to hoops.
2-point lead. Armenion got bumped by Daryl Manligues.
Well, Daryl Manligues pretty much got into that bump with Andre Armenion because he got beat. And his laterals could not keep up with the downhill action of Andre Armenion. So if you're defending that, you gotta be able to sprint and stay ahead of Andre. But that's easier said than done because Andre is pretty much a crafty point guard that can not just dish but also score.
Let's not forget, Pampanga, their last 7 games were against top-level competition and they went 4-3 during that span against Quezon, Caloocan, Zamboanga, Pasay, Nueva Ecija, Rizal, and their latest victim was Pinyan. So sunod-sunod na may bibigat yung naging nakalaban nitong Pampanga.
Oh, and the thing is, all of their games that they lost were actually just single digits, except for that one by Zamboanga where they lost by 13, but everything else pretty close.
To beat the buzzer, Manligues can't get that shot to fall. And the retooled, rejuvenated Cebu Greats giving Pampanga a run for their money at the moment here in the first half. And we're tied at the end of 2 quarters. Cebu and Pampanga deadlocked at 35.
I came from nothing. Just a small boy from streets of General Santos City. No shoes, no food, no chance, just a dream in my heart. From flyweight to junior middleweight, 8 divisions. Thank you. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas. Mabuhay ang bawat Pilipinong nangangarap at lumalaban. This is our victory. This is our story. And the best is yet to come.
Manny Pacquiao is annihilating Oscar De La Hoya. That is the most spectacular one-punch shot of Manny Pacquiao's incredible career. And he fights his way off and goes down again. Straight left lands for Manny. Does he have Cotto in trouble? Manny Pacquiao is a storm. Another huge left hand by Pacquiao. Punch after punch after punch. And he finds the straight left hand. And there's the punching bell. Look at the brilliant accuracy of Manny Pacquiao. Landing with both right and left hands. This is why we use the word sensation.
Lastimosa, foot on the line. Still no go, and Larry Rodriguez doing a terrific
What a
job.
pass.
Wow! And Tolentino with a finish. Saktong-sakto.
I don't know who that was, but it looked to be Larry Patrick Mahomes Rodriguez.
Hindi ba Tom Brady yun? What a pass.
Ang mahirap pa sa pasa na yon, got the rebound in traffic, halos malapit na siya dun sa baseline, no, sa linya ng binyan. But the look ahead sa kabilang court, and obviously yung pag-execute ng pasa.
Pinan went too early. Gives an opportunity for Batangas, but Kipido getting the steal. Enough time for Pasig City. 5 seconds remaining. Manalang gets it back. Warlo Batak. Tax Bindel lays it up and in to beat the buzzer.
The young Warlo Batak making the right decision, not going for the three-point shot. He knew that he had it in him to be able to beat the clock by attacking the basket and still getting a high percentage shot.
Turco, it ends up as a turnover. Takbo si Jeff Comia. Comia stays in control, and Comia with a beautiful finish.
Sometimes you think that he's already out of control, but he really is in control. Gets another wily shot right there to not just entertain the crowd here, but to also extend this Davao lead.
Ano ba yun? Semi-Smithy ba yun?
Yeah, looking one way and going the other.
Moralde misses the layup.
Trying to fish for a foul, 2-on-1 coming up.
Sumido! Oh, Lander Cannon.
Pumatay ng lamok dun sa palpal na yun. Kita mo naman yung palpal na to, determinado. Uy, back-to-back blocks yun, ha?
Oh, dalawa.
By Mr. Cannon.
Well, Cannon has had a few highlights this season. No? Yung mga palpal niya.
Forward pass Perumingan to Chauca. Back to Tricky. Behind the back. Oh, what a pass to Sam Peralta for the deuce.
Practically a give and go. Tricky Peromingan gives it up to Val Chauca, then gets it back, and then another pass, a spectacular one behind the back to Sam Peralta.
Kamson as well.
Sa laki ni Kamson, no? Oftentimes he would expect a strong finish. That time, little finesse.
Caballero finds Kamson! Basket and one. What a pass from Caballero to Eric Kamson. Terrific finish galing kay Eric
So
Kamson.
itong kombinasyon na to by Keanu and Eric ngayong gabi has been really effective.
Just went through it. The defense. Oh!
What a shot to beat the buzzer. How about that from Kit Jimenez?
Kit Jimenez already with a bunch of points in this game. Still 3 seconds. That definitely is gonna count para kay Kit Jimenez.
John Fa with a steal. 8 minutes left. John Fa switching hands in midair, and now has established his new career high of 26 points.
Determined. This kid, he will move heaven and earth just to try and carry his team. After that missed basket, you get the stop again, but now it's back to a 60-point lead.
Wow! Where did that come from? Lawrence Paul Victoria gliding, hanging, and finishing. Look
Wow.
at this move.
Woo-wee! Me, oh my. Lawrence Paul Victoria.
Yan ang inaabangan ng mga tao dito.
Nabuhay ang Pasay Astrodome.
Castro with the ball. 4-second differential. Game clock and shot clock. Cuevas drives. It's short. Osicos to Espiritu. And Bulacan with a chance to win this game. Sumido. 5 seconds. JR Sumido with a runner. Oh! JR Sumido with a basket to give Bulacan the lead and possibly their first win of the season.
Kakaiba yung tapang na pinakita ni JR Sumideron. But this running shot, momentum carrying him to the left side, could be the possible game winner.
Big time plays from the Kuyas here down the stretch.
Sana. Lahat naman kami positive eh. Basta mabuo na lang. Assume na kasi wala pa eh. Di pa kasi buo yung team. May mga kulang pa, may parating pa kasi. So as soon as na dumating na yung iba at makapag-practice na ng buo, sana hopefully makapag-gel ka agad as soon as possible. Kailangan talaga. Kailangan. Kasi naghahabol eh. Sana. At least makapag-represent naman bago ako mag-retire or tigil na talaga sa basketball. As of now, wala pa kasi almost 1 year akong hindi naglalaro. After nung sa Valenzuela. Kasi nag-focus na ako sa business. Tapos nung tinawagan ako, sinabi ko naman sa management na hindi pa ako wala pa sa ako game shape. So, kailangan ko ng oras para at least makahabol ng konti.
What a poetic way for Jer Canyahan if he could finish his decorated basketball career with a Cebu great uniform. And right now, they are tied with Pampanga at the half, 35 apiece. And a lot of anticipation heading into this matchup. And Cebu went up early, 7-5, Coach Mike. 12 unanswered points by Pampanga. You know, the trend for Cebu was if they get into a big hole, usually hindi na sila nakakabalik, but it's a different case this time with a rejuvenated squad and they were able to come back in this ball game in the first half.
Yeah, tsaka yung makasagot sa mga runs. I mean, Pampanga did a run earlier and to which they responded and able to close the gap and kept it real close. We talk about the basics of the game. Points, rebounds, and assists, almost same halos pareho. Pero pagdating sa bench points, that I feel is the significant stat line which you see a little bit of a spread. The bench of Pampanga really just producing more for them as opposed to the greats. So we'll see how much more help they can get off the bench, speaking of the Cebu greats.
Different unit to start the third quarter for each squad. Allen Mina gets to the paint but can't convert. Manligues tatakbo. Braille Mecca lays it up and in, and Cebu is now in the lead, 37-35.
And that's a dangerous combo right there of a guard. You know, Manligues and Braille Mecca. Tell you what, Braille Mecca hasn't missed yet on the floor.
Yeah.
It's 4 out of 4. All his shots have really come from fast breaks. And really just a very capable finisher. Itong si Braille Mecca.
Yeah, foul call on Cebu. Fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme Cool Air Conditioners. Ang Extreme magpalamig, free installation for split type air conditioners.
And you just always see Daryl Manligues. As soon as he gets that rock on the defensive end to the floor, it's always going to be off to the races. If he doesn't see any advantage, he's going to pull it back and set up the offense for his team.
Hard show, turnover. Cebu on the run. Manligues will pull it back out. Braille Mecca up top. Back to Manligues. Martel offering that screen, forcing a switch. Cutting backdoor mas Mecca, but Manligues takes it anyway and scores.
If you're the greats, you love that he's being comfortable here, Manligues. And the more that he becomes that, the deeper your guard rotation would be.
4-point lead for Cebu. Armenion with a 3-point play opportunity after getting the basket.
And much as we talk about the bigs, this is really, I guess for the most part, turning out to be the battle of the guards here between these two teams. Andre Armenion holding his own against the Cebu Greats.
Let's go to Lyra.
Emotions were high inside the Pampanga huddle. Puro pasahan, puro forma, puro dribble. One Coach Park emphasizing the lack of urgency and assertiveness on the floor. Gamitin ninyo ang katawan ninyo, atakihin nyo ang kalaban. Ayaw nyong umatake kahit ang layo pa ng depensa. The coaches called out the team's lack of aggression, saying parang tayo ang hilaw dito. Clear instructions followed. When you move the ball, pause for a shot, don't look for another one. The message was strong and simple. Huwag nyong ibigay lang ang laro nito. With the game still within reach, Pampanga is being challenged to step up, sharpen their decision-making, and match their opponent's energy before it slips away. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Lyra. And You know, we're talking about pride. Pampanga certainly wants to give a show in front of their home fans. Lars Muyang with a hook shot.
The operative message there is that Pampanga's being challenged, and then you gotta do better before it's too late. And clearly, when you're playing at home, you got all these fans supporting you, going up against a very proud opponent. You gotta bring your A game. Good block there by Larry Muyang on that drive by Manligues.
Jun Manzo returns for Cebu. 2 minutes gone by in the third. Tabla tayo, 39 all. Adlawan cuts. Oops. Chris Lalata, Dolan Adlawan getting entangled. Pinagpaglang si Dolan Adlawan.
Well, aside from that activity, you love the ball movement of the Cebu Greats. I mean, you see that ball get dropped over by Lian Martel to Adlawan. And he got fouled along the way.
Yeah. I don't think there was anything really untoward there.
Our referees very quick, Jay and Maynard, very quickly into that action. To the rescue, ika nga.
Just warnings on both Dolan and Chris Lalata.
And both those guys, very competitive.
So ito si Dolan Adlawan, nung marami na wala naman lalaro, he was one of the guys that stayed and actually played much better. And he's getting jeered by this San Fernando crowd here.
There are players that get energized by these jeers. Much as he missed both free throws, I'm sure he's drawing a lot out of this.
Chance for Pampanga to take the lead in this possession. Steal here by Jun Manzo.
Laos actually done a decent job against Larry Muyang.
Manzo. Switch.
Once that clear.
10 on their shot clock. Mecca, no hesitation. Off the back iron. And a foul will be called on Lian Martel.
That's called using your body to prevent an offensive rebound. And Larry Muyang understands that. The many times, the many games that he's played, and the taller opponents that he's gone up against, he is not going to make it easy for you to just claim an offensive rebound. We want that defensive rebound because we want to get that ball and run our side of the floor.
Rebounds will be key here because Pampanga is number 3 in terms of rebounding at 49.6 per contest.
That's right.
But so far, Cebu has actually parehong 27 rebounds ang magkabilang kupunan.
And out of those, 40-something rebounds, about 15 of that is offensive. So it really just shows you the might of the Giant Lanterns when it comes to the board.
Sasalaksak si Jun Manzo but can't finish. Binuya is back after hurting his shoulder earlier. Sets up Larry Muyang for the layup.
Much as we talk about mobile bigs for the Cebu Greats, about that one right there. Larry Muyang showing a lot of mobility, can finish off the break, can do post-ups, and show off power inside the paint if need be.
Meneses. Homevis with 6 on their shot clock. Fakes off the handoff. Second remaining. Manzo flips it up. A foul called on Pampanga. They will check it if it came before or after the buzzer.
All right, they should. Jun Manzo actually had nowhere to go but really just to hoist that shot. Clock was ticking on them. But you see how much of an influence in the game the return of Raymond Binuya has been for the Giant Lanterns. You like how Andre Armenion has, piloted the ship early, but Raymond Binuya is a different guy.
Great job by Manzo. Just putting it up. And Chris Lalata will be called for that foul. Jun Manzo came from Mindoro. Average 7.6 points 2.6 rebounds and 2.5 assists for the Tamaraws. But you got a sense that he never really got things going when he was with Mindoro, as we would like to thank LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL.
Well, I don't think he's gotten the minutes that he desires. And he's got a decent number of minutes on the floor, but you like to think he's so much more, and only because iba rin yung rotation kasi nila Coach Benji, and so if the hope is to be able to represent your home team in Cebu, this would be the right move for Jun Manso.
Dalata with a strong take to the basket. 6 points for Chris Dalata.
And what you're seeing right now is a couple of good open floor basketball finishes by your bigs. What that tells you is they're running with you on the break. They're not waiting around inside the paint.
Homevis way off on that shot. Pampanga with a 2-point lead, 43-41. Clemente back to Binuya. Just inside the arc, no good. Lalata stopped in his tracks by Homevis.
See that size of Homevis, huh? Making them, it's not working this side. Let's go the other way.
Sa poste pupunta ang Pampanga. Cross-court pass, Binuya. Papunta ay Allen Mina. A second remaining on the shot clock. Just hit the rim. Cebu with a stop. That's the halfway point of the third period. Manzo whips a pass inside. Meneses, short stab, too strong.
At some point, he's got to make that shot because that curl under on the short corner is very important for the other big man outside of the rolling action on the two-man.
That one rattles through for John Lloyd Clemente.
Right now, the Giant Lantern is playing more fluid offensively here.
Meneses, outside shot will not work. Binuya patiently grabbing the rebound.
And somehow you feel that those are not shots that Cebu would want to take.
Binuya still grimacing. Looks like he still is experiencing pain on his shoulder. Junti Valenzuela. Assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Boy, it's tough to be defending against Larry Muya on the low block, let alone him going downhill with a lot of speed and a lot of power.
Another double-double performance for Larry Muyang. His 8th double-double, 14 points and 11 rebounds. Punta na natin si Miss Lyra Punsalan.
Steady inside force talagang itong si Larry Muyang for Pampanga, especially in crucial stretches where size and composure matter. Known for his physical presence and rebounding, Larry's role has been even more important as the team works on regaining its full rhythm with the new lineup additions. He said it himself, it's not about doing something flashy, but just sticking to what works. Secure the boards, set solid screens, and finish strong inside. Quiet but impactful, Muyang is one of the anchors that keeps the Lanterns grounded, especially in close games where the hustle and heart make all the difference. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Lyra. Bagamat nawala na sa kanila yung arguably the greatest of all time in the NPBL in Justin Baltasar, yung Larry Muyang naman tumatrabaho pa rin sa ilalim para dito sa Pampanga. Jun Manzo though, able to dissect the defense and score for Cebu.
Tsaka every time that conversation comes up of hindi mo mawawala yan yung comparison with Balti Baltasar and Larry Muyang. Larry is quick to say, okay na yun, nag-champion na sila but now this is a different team. And one thing for sure is that we might not be as good as them, but definitely we're gonna give our best every time on the floor for Pampanga. And they're trying to drive and got into a little bit of action with Renz Alcoriza right now.
You like that Paul Desiderio is hell-bent on attacking. Sub coming in is Steele. Will troop in para dito sa Pampanga. Meneses nasupal palagad ni Steele. Kakapasok lang. Immediate impact.
But he had the right idea though to quickly release that shot once he got it. It's just that very quick rotation on that shot attempt by Mark. JR now comes in.
Desiderio. Takes that shot from the outside. Can't get it to go. Minuya rolls it to Renz Alcoriza. Egilos, laban kay Kinyahan. Two veterans going at it. One-handed shot by Jamo does not work. Manzo, first guy in double figures with 11 points. Oh, the shift of pace, but he pulls it back out. Manzo, Kinyahan, quick shot, it's good.
There you go. And that should keep that defense of Jamo Egulos honest on JR Kinyahan. Next time he receives it that side of the floor, you gotta be real close to challenge that shot.
Isang lamang ng Pampanga, 46-45, 2:20 left in the third quarter. Egilos, this time facing up, pops out. Sonny is still with a rebound, takes that shot, bounces off the rim. It will stay with Pampanga.
Good activity by Estil. Really staying the course, understanding the importance of going for those offensive drops. See this quick feed right here and a quick release by JR Kinyahan. You're most free on the catch, which is what a lot of coaches teach you. And so JR Kinyahan understood that, so he took it.
Pangilinan, can't get it to fall. Egilos sa loob, wala pa din. Napunta kay Desiderio ang bola para sa Cebu. Pagkakataon lumamang. Ugsang, the pass inside. Hamon gives Cebu the lead. 47-46.
Another good read by Reeves Ugsang. Just giving all the quality minutes that they need. You have to remember when they made that run, it was Reeves Ugsang and Mark Menezes on the floor at the same time. Oh, that's a travel.
Yep, clearly. Still, tag is pivot foot. Play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Binuya tried to steal that ball off the right hand of Reeves Ugsang, but Reeves just let it fly by to the waiting hands of John Hamon.
Manzo navigating through a series of picks. Ugsang takes that free. Bouncing out. John Fa back in the game for Pampanga. Duty foul given up by June Manzo. Only his first foul. But they are in penalty.
One thing that would be fun to see though is Boom Tampos inside the floor with that speedster in John Fa being with the Pampanga Giant Lanterns.
But from what I understand, di pa yata nakapag-ensayo eh.
Oh,
Ito
si
Boom Tampos.
Okay.
That's why he's not part of the rotation today for Coach Junti Valenzuela. Boss Emer Oreta, Head of Operations, Head of Security Rudy Distrito, and Commissioner Captain Marbel Kenneth Duremdes. Nagtapatan din yan, si Com KD saka si Junti. Nung nasa PBA silang dalawa.
Oo nga.
Nag-aabot yan.
Ganda ng kwentuhan natin sa
Siyempre.
sa Pola.
Oo.
Solid yun. Oh, nice backdoor. What a block.
Sonny is still with his second block.
And you really just have to admire the activity of an Estil. Look at that. He got beat backdoor itong si John Fa, but the help though quickly by Estil.
Sa split second eh, iniwanan niya agad yung bantay niya eh.
Oo, peel off ka agad eh, no?
Oo. John Hamon, laban kay Prince Alcoriza. Nakalusot, Kinyahan gathers and scores. 4 points all in this quarter para kay JR Kinyahan.
Catch and shoot twice already. JR Kinyahan. Other one within 15 feet, the other one roughly about 14. All taken within his range.
Sonny Steele, libre para sa tira sa labas. At may foul laban kay Reeves Ugsang. Penalty na ulit. Penalty na itong Cebu. So free throws ulit para dito kay Jamo Egilos.
You could really tell this game is gonna be this close, and I think it's gonna reach another level once we get to the fourth.
Itong free throw na ito ay hatid sa atin ng Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas.
I want to get a quick birthday greeting to one of my office mates, Kiko Mendoza. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Kiko. And I want to thank you for a lot of things that you've done for me and at work.
Free throw shot good for Egilos. 49 all. Was Luigi Gonzalez. A stern look. A look of concern dahil tikdikan ng ating laban dito, no?
Yeah, true. And this is such a close game. You make a run, I'll make a run. And that's almost been yung pattern, you know?
7 seconds remaining. Manzo gives it to Desiderio. Good foul given up by Renzo Alcoriza. They had a foul to give.
Veteran smarts rin talaga si Paul Desiderio. Soon as he felt that contact, tried to get a shot on the contact, pero sabi ni referee Jay, that's on the ground.
Manzo, naghanap ng papasahan. Ugsang puts it up. And that's gonna do it for the first 3 quarters. At kagaya nung halftime, tabla na naman tayo. Highlights of the game brought to you by Sip Plus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration.
And this pretty much has been different guys contributing. Early on, it was Dalder Manliguez together with Brian Mecca. Larry Muyang came into play. And it's still his defense and JR Kenyahan's catch and shoot situations has pretty much made this game as tight as it is right now. We're deadlocked at 49 at the end of the third.
9 lead changes and 6 deadlocks to this one. We head into the fourth. Tabla tayo, 49 all. Back with us here inside the Brenzy Yao Convention Center in San Fernando, Pampanga. And a battle between Cebu and the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. Gixer fan of the game, born for greatness. Fourth quarter underway. At matinding bakbakan, no? Ang inyong natutunghayan ngayong gabi on a Tuesday night. Glad to have you with us here, mga kaliga. Ulipok and Panglinan with Coach Mike Perez, and at courtside, San Fernando's own Miss Lyra Punsalan. Martel gets it to John Hamon. Quarter scoring natin, Pampanga. +8 in the first, +8 din naman ng Cebu in the second. Tabla na tayo. 14 all. In the third, tatakbo dito ang Pampanga after they got a stop. John Fa with a spin and an inside-hand layup to give Pampanga the lead, 51-49.
When you talk about John Fa's speed, it's not a question. But the control towards the end, that's the thing that you try and see off a finish by John Fa right there. Showed a lot of control, finished strong to the cup with that made layup.
Desiderio way off the mark on that jumper. Turnover against Pampanga, already their 11th off the ball game. Manliguez to Martel. Takes that free. Too strong. Rebound control by Jamo. Sonny is still. Martel standing his ground at may hawi na itatawag laban dito sa Pampanga. It's gonna be on Larry Muyang. Gixer, great move of the game, born for greatness.
Ganda ng pagkakaspin niya as that middle got closed by Daryl Manliguez. Just enough footwork and spin for that right-hand finish on that left side of the glass. Ang ibang klase rin talaga ang binibigay nito ni John Pang. Good pocket pass, good feed to John Hamon.
John Hamon with the free. Balik ang lamang sa Cebu, 52-51.
So far, Cebu getting 3 more 3-point makes than that of Pampanga. Going 5 of 19, while itong Pampanga naman is just 2 out of 10 from there.
John Fa, the cross. Lays it up and in. Putting on the moves. Razzle-dazzle John Fa.
What a move by John Fa. A couple of really impressive finishes by John Fa. The young guy is showing up.
Bigay puwersa si Daryl Manligues. Easy call. Offensive foul on the makilala North Cotabato native.
Earlier off air, we talked about how much John Fa can contribute to this game. Curiously, in this fourth quarter, he started off real good. Blasting off that defense by Daryl Manligues for that baseline finish and a really good finger roll.
Iwan na iwan eh.
Dalawa yun.
Oo.
Daryl Manligues, ribugsang.
Rare 3-point shot by John Fa off the mark. Muyang inside. Almost got it in.
Wow. Can you just imagine, Ken? When John Fa reaches his peak, and if he continues to play for Pampanga, and Larry Muyang, being Larry Muyang, it's tough. That's a good combo of a guard and a big, both very mobile.
14 of 19 at the line. Itong Pampanga Giant Lanterns. Number 1 in terms of free throw makes, 16.6 a game. So they do get to the line a lot in their ball games. Itong Pampanga. 54-52. Braille Meca, Lian Martel, Jan Hamon, June Manzo, and Reem Ugsang, the unit. Para dito kay Coach Junti Valenzuela. Manzo, that shot off to the right.
They're gonna let John Fa set this table up.
Allen Mina. Binigay kay JLC. Back to Mina. 9 on their shot clock. Allen makes his move. Attacks. Draws a foul. Third foul on Kyle Meca.
Brawl actually did a good job of refusing to get screened. Pero he got beat on that sideline and eventually towards the end line.
Allen Mina at the line. Good on the first free throw. Played for NU Nazareth School in high school before eventually finding himself with Coleo de San Juan de Letran. Special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. By the way, happy birthday to the dad of Miss Maris Victorio, the proud girlfriend of Allen Mina. 56-52, approaching the 7-minute mark of the fourth quarter. John Amon, nilabas papunta kay June Manzo on the right side against John Fa. 9 under shot clock. Manzo, off the bounce, flips it up, short. Lars Muyang grabs another board.
Those floaters are not falling for June Manso so far in the fourth quarter. Cebu's gonna need a stop here. You don't want to be down by 6.
Mina pulls up, bouncing out. Muyang nahuling, tumulak laban kay Ribugsang.
And Ribugsang doing all the best that he could to prevent Larry Muyang from getting the offensive rebound. You have to understand, Ribugsang really just came off injuries, and it's been quite a while since the last time he saw action on the floor. Basketball minutes, rather.
12 turnovers already for Pampanga, although Cebu hasn't really capitalized on those. John Hamon misses, beginning to pile up for Cebu in this quarter. Clemente got bumped. 2 shots coming up for JLC.
Well, I feel this fourth quarter is a little bit different for Cebu. Earlier, they weren't getting so much paint touches. Now they're getting inside, but they're not getting the paint finishes. And so it's a lot different to be getting in the paint and finishing than really just getting to the paint. At napakahalaga niyan para dito sa Cebu.
Let's go courtside to Miss Lyra Punzalan.
John Boyd Clemente of continues to embrace his role as a key contributor, especially in tight situations where composure is needed most. Known for his smooth scoring and steady presence on the floor, Clemente has been stepping up as one of the more reliable offensive weapons for the Giant Lanterns. Despite the team's adjustment phase with new acquisitions, he stays locked in, focusing on playing his game and trusting the system. His mindset is simple: stay consistent, stay confident, and be ready when called. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Lyra. And medyo nagsastruggle si JLC in those last 7 games that I mentioned, Coach Mike, na puro malalakas yung kalaban. But during that span, only averaging 6.7 points on 36.5% shooting from the field. Only scoring once in double figures during that stretch. But make no mistake about it, this guy is a proven winner. John Lloyd Clemente spent a decade with National University. And also, yung championship pedigree na na-develop na niya dito para sa Pampanga.
Yeah, totoo naman yun. And it's really just going to be a matter of time before he actually comes back. Oh, what a move!
Foul given up by Daryl Manligues.
Well, whoever talked to John Fa at the start of the fourth quarter really did a good job of motivating the man.
Sorry, it was against Lian Martel, yung foul na yun.
But he's just been moving differently. Well, see John Fa, pretty much when he played for Manila, his numbers were higher compared to his first game here in Pampanga when they went up against Binyan. It was his first time not to start a game. He started in all of the 14 games of Manila. His minutes have been cut in half from 30 down to 15 in that first game. Points have been down as well compared to the last 10 games in Manila. Pero, boy, the contributions on rebounds and assists, that's where he's really showed his value. And to think that was his first game as a Pampanga Giant Lantern, I'm sure Coach Pedic and everyone else in the coaching staff do understand there's a lot of potential in this young man.
58-52, 6-point lead for Pampanga. 5:30 left here in the fourth. Coach Junti Valenzuela sues for time as he tries to make a comeback bid here. We'll pause for a break. We'll be back. Back with us here at the Brenzy Yao Convention Center. This is our fan outfit of the game, brought to you by LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Lima at kalahating minuto na lalabi dito sa ating fourth quarter. Very tight contest between Cebu and Pampanga. Biggest lead was just at 12 points earlier. Enjoyed by the Giant Lanterns back in the first quarter. Agad naman nahabol ng Cebu. Meneses kick out. Manligues jump shot. It's good from 3-point distance. Daryl Manligues.
Boy, they needed that. Trim this down to a one-possession game. And that's the, 6th 3-point make for Cebu right now. They are 6 of 21 from beyond.
Muyang pops out. Swishes in that jumper. First guy in double figures for Pampanga with 10 points to go along with his 8 rebounds.
And when Larry Muyang starts knocking down shots from the outside, you are definitely going to be forced to close out on him long.
Manzo one-on-one against Allen Mina. The push shot has not worked here in the fourth quarter for June Manzo. Muyang with a full head of steam gets the basket plus a foul.
And so far, Larry Muyang winning this matchup against Reebok Sang. That quick pass by John Fa and a good finish right there, straight to the cup.
Larry Muyang, chance for a 3-point play. 11 of his 13 points coming here in the second half. 63-55. Meneses off the mark on that 3-point attempt. Grabs his own miss. Manliguez kick out. Manzo, this is big for 3. Gets set to go. Manzo with 14 points. Mina getting some important minutes here alongside John Fa, their 2 newest acquisitions. Allen Mina gets to the cup and will head to the line.
And Mina getting into that 2-man action. So you see this beautiful pass of a kick out for Jun Manso. We talked about paint touches.
3-point shot brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances.
We talked about paint touches and roughly a good finish right there from 3. You don't have a shot inside, try and spray it out. Your 3-point shooters, which happens to be Jun Manso in that situation.
NCAA champion Allen Mina, only 27 years old, suited up for Pangasinan last season under Coach Gerson Cabildes. But it was in Ilagan, Isabela where he flourished. 11.6 points, 1.6 3-point makes per contest, 88% from the line. Although as I say that, he misses the second free throw, but he gets it back. Mina! Oh, it's an offensive foul, yeah. It is. Much to the chagrin of Coach Pedic Di Matulak. Jamo Egilos got caught with that illegal screen. Here it is. Nawala sa eksena. May kapit pala, no, from Jamo on Lian Martel.
Yung tulak rin sa likod eh.
Oo. We have a timeout with 3 minutes and 54 seconds remaining. Pampanga holding on to this 6-point lead. Under 4 minutes left in this ball game. And on Thursday, we will have the battle of the top teams in the North Division. Pangasinan Heatwaves kalaban ng San Juan Knights. That's gonna be at the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center in the city of San Juan. Coach Mike, what do you think of that matchup?
Maganda yung matchup na yan. You all know how much fluid offensively itong San Juan Knights, but you know, Pangasinan rather, on a really good moment right now, and a good streak.
Mecca sends it to Jer Kinyahan at the post. Facing up, Kinyahan, that shot bounces out. John Fa, nagmamadali. Gets in the paint. Can't finish though. Manzo, opportunity for Cebu. Manzo will pull it back out. Doesn't have the numbers. Kinyahan. They want it at the post. Manzo laban kay John Fa. Manzo inside. Great play call there by Coach Junti Valenzuela.
Pretty much what you want to do. Basketball at the end of the day is really about, you know, target basketball. You try to find out where you have advantage, and right now they feel they've got positional advantage with Jun Manso going up against the very young John Fa.
Free throws though have been a problem for Cebu. Only 5 out of 11. Coach Junti Valenzuela Was also a deadly player at the post
Yes.
as a wing player.
Yes. Ang laki rin ng, well, at least in this game, the huge plus 19 in terms of free throw attempts favoring Pampanga only because they get a lot inside the paint. And you're not surprised that right now they have 30 points in the paint because for the most part they've really been getting roughly about 40 points per game in that lane.
That's a strong drive to the basket by Allen Mina. 12 points and 6 rebounds in his debut with the Pampanga Giant Lanterns.
This is a relaxed Allen Mina that we're seeing so far. Para dito sa Giant Lanterns. Only because he's trying to ease himself into this new system going up against the playing for the Pampanga Giant Lanterns.
Ginyahan able to sneak in for the basket, 66-61. This is not a done deal if you're Pampanga.
Oh, yes.
Malayo-layo pa ito.
Oh, not at all. You have to remember that there are runs in this game for both teams to which each has responded.
Mina laban kay Bral Meca. This has been the matchup for majority of this contest. Allen Mina though getting past Bral Meca and JR Kinyahan. Ooh! And then an inbound violation committed by Lian Martel.
That left side of the floor has been porous para dito sa Cebu. Look at that drive. The help on the corner side came in late. It only came in when Mina was already past it. Couldn't leave that corner guy because the man in the corner happens to be John Lloyd Clemente.
Manzo momentarily free for a free, drills that one home.
The guy refuses to go down. When you talk about a pride game, this is it.
18 points and 6 assists for June Manzo. 8 of 24 ang Cebu from the three-point line. But they're down by 4, 68-64. Armenion stops on the dime, bounces out. Martel can't control it.
Oh, he had the rock.
It's a lot of time if you're Cebu. Just need a stop here. Hamon switches on to Allen Mina.
Watch out for Larry.
Mina for free, no good. And Desiderio comes away with it. Manzo. He attacks. June. Kick out. Martel. Kinyahan for free. No. And a rebound by Allen Mina.
JR had a good look. He still got time.
Four-point lead. 45 seconds remaining. 9 on the shot clock of Pampanga. Armenion. Tapik ni Martel. Desiderio with a running start with his running mate, June Manso. Give and go. Manso scores. 32.2 seconds left. Pampanga calls for time. Manzo exhausted and all with 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists.
When you play for your hometown, it brings a different kind of responsibility and a different type of joy. And these two guys connecting here on this very important transition play just shows you how much these guys want it.
Assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Timeout Pampanga with 32.2 seconds remaining.
Clemente, Mina. Here it's a Larry. Here it's a Jamo. Okay. Good screen. Put the ball. Pass the ball. Move the ball. You are in the middle. If they are in the zone press, nothing. You are going down.
The ball out.
Lahat kuha tayo ng rebound.
Walang likaw.
Pag nag-miss sila guys, last shot natin.
Lasat na.
Last shot natin. Pwede mo gamitin. Okay? Martel, nasa loob ka? Watch out for the handoff. One good defense. Watch out for the handoff. Tuloy-tuloy mo.
Just want to give a quick shout out to the Ilonggo Superman, Billy Ray Robles, watching with his lovely wife.
Mr. and Mrs. Basketball.
Oh,
Oh, ibang klase yung mag-asawang yan. But how about this game though? They were not done yet here.
and Pampanga, interestingly, is electing to inbound it at the backcourt. So the full 24 seconds, but Cebu is amping on the pressure.
Well, they insert Raymond Benuya back.
One more ball handler
One
para
more ball
dito sa
handler.
Pampanga.
Well, to me, that's one more really good decision maker. Now you have to keep in mind that once they go to that middle ball screen, you gotta locate Larry Muyang. He's been staying on that weak side dunker spot, waiting for what is gonna happen top of the key.
Down low, Larry Muyang. Inside, Egilos falls down. Ball loose. Cebu with a chance. 8 seconds remaining. Desiderio puts up a three. No! Rebound JLC with 2 seconds remaining. Paul Desiderio had a good look.
Oh, he did have that good look. He was looking at the clock. He knew he understood he still had time. Was waiting for his teammates. Didn't get that screen. Binuya dropped off, and so that was the signal for him to release that shot, but a little bit to the right.
He has hit those kinds of clutch shots countless times, especially in his collegiate career. Paul Desiderio, but that time, just a bit too strong, off the mark.
He's hit 1-3 actually earlier. But he right now is 1 out of 6 from 3. But that was crucial because it was downhill. Defense was not set up. He's got Raymond Benuya backpedaling. You see Archie Concepcion right there. I'm sure he would love to be in this game.
Now, important to remember, Cebu still has 2 timeouts remaining. But if you're JLC with 2 seconds left, all you have to do is make both these free throws, and it's night-night.
Imagine had that shot gone in.
Yeah.
For Paul Desiderio. You had your last 5 points coming off those 2 guys, Jun Manso and Paul Desiderio. But here, all focus on these free throws by JLC.
John Lloyd Clemente at the line. Tonight, Pampanga is 20 out of 29. Clemente makes the first free throw.
John Lloyd Clemente, his scoring's been down for JLC. 11 points per game in the first 9 games, 6 points per game in the last 7, and these are huge free throws for JLC.
If you're Pampanga, you don't want to commit a lane violation here, giving an opportunity for Cebu to call timeout. JLC 9-9-7. Lumuwa, but Larry Muyang grabs the rebound, and that's gonna do it. The Cebu Classic got this crowd on the edge of their seats, but in the end, the championship poise and mettle holding strong for the 2-time defending champions, the Pampanga Giant Lanterns.
And the Pampanga Giant Lanterns able to protect home floor again. But I tell you what, the Cebu team, you look at their last, 5 games, all those losses in double digits. But these guys did a good job of competing against the defending champs now, and tells you a lot of promise and a lot of potential to this new roster of the Cebu Greats.
Best player of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet, yung bagong salta, yung nag-ambag at nag-deliver para dito sa Pampanga.
Yeah, 14 points on 4 of 9 shooting. He was 5 of 6 from the line. He got 7 rebounds, 1 assist, but the timing of those drives and those makes in the fourth quarter really steadied this game para dito kay Allen Mina.
Final score po natin, 66 for the Cebu Greats, 69 for the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. Let's go courtside to Miss Lyra Punsalan.
Alan, what a way to make an impression para sa iyong debut game para sa Pampanga. Pero nakita namin yung steady presence mo talaga sa court. Paano ka nanatiling composed to take those shots sa ganitong dikita na laban?
Sabi lang kasi sa nila coach, pag sinabi nilang kunin mo yung bola, so yun, kinukuha ko yung bola, then pinanindigan ko na yung binigyan nilang sa akin na pag-deliver sa game.
At narinig ko nga kanina talagang reminder ng coaching staff na don't hesitate to shoot, which you did. Ano pang gusto mong maipakita para sa Pampanga?
Yun lang, gusto ko lang talaga maka-contribute sa team para ma-defend yung championship ng Pampanga. So yun lang talaga yung gusto kong gawin na makatulong sa team kila Gob.
Any greetings, Alan?
Unang-una, nagpapasalamat ako kay God sa binigay niyang panalo. And sa mga teammate ko, sa mga boss, and mga coaches na binigyan nila akong kumpiyansa sa game na to. And binabati ko nga pala yung family ko na nasa Isabela, kuya ko na nasa Canada, ate ko na nasa Bulacan. Then binabati ko nga pala ng happy birthday yung papa ng girlfriend ko ngayon. Happy birthday po, Papa Nestor. Then especially binabati ko yung girlfriend ko na si Maris Victorio.
Maraming salamat, Alan Mina of the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. Our best player of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Lyra. Congratulations to Alan Mina and the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. Tomorrow, we will be at the City of Life in Binyan, Laguna at the Alonte Sports Arena. First game between Basilan and Bataan, followed by the Parañaque Patriots against the Quezon Huskers. And in our main game, a good one at that, Binyan will square off against the Batangas City Tanduay Rum Masters. And that's gonna do it for coverage here from San Fernando, Pampanga. On behalf of Coach Mike Perez, Miss Lyra Punsalan, and our entire crew, ako po si Ken Pangalinan. Maraming salamat sa pagsubaybay at pagtangkilik sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.